lids, the doorknob guards so they can't open certain doors, oven locks, safety gates, the soft rubber thingies on every sharp corner, crib monitors, bed rails, knee pads, elbow pads, helmets, shin guards, spoons that turn colors if the food is too hot, training wheels, insect repellent, SPF 40 at the minimum, leashes for when you walk in the mall, antibacterial hand wash, hypoallergenic pillows, life vests, those arm floaties for the pool, anything and everything out there that will help keep our kids even a little safer, we get. And yet the majority of parents aren't using the one thing that could protect their kids the most. A booster seat. Until your kids are 4'9", they need a booster in the car. It helps the seatbelt fit correctly, it greatly decreases their chance of injury, and it's one device that could make the biggest difference. After the toddler seat, boost your kids and don't let them down.
Go to boosterseat.gov to learn more about the importance of boosters. A message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Now this message from the Payne-Noble County chapter of the American Red Cross and Stillwater Radio. Every 2 seconds, someone in America needs blood. The blood supply is at critically low levels, not just locally, but nationwide. And every local patient's lives in jeopardy if they can't get blood. Your gift of blood is needed now more than ever to help save these lives. Blood donation is safe, convenient, and easy, so contact the American Red Cross today at 800-GIVE-LIFE. That's 800-GIVE-LIFE to schedule your appointment. Here in Stillwater, you can do so at the American Red Cross office at 114 West 8th.
This is the Bedlam Series brought to you by the Bank of Oklahoma and your local Oklahoma Ford dealers. It is game number 1 of the softball 2-game home and home during the regular season. Excuse me, by the way, the Bedlam Series is all Oklahoma right now for this season. They lead 7-3. Oklahoma State got points in women's cross country, also in men's cross country. They, of course, gained points this year in wrestling on a couple of different occasions, and that's where they got their points this year as far as Bedlam points are concerned. Oklahoma won soccer and also won men's cross country, also won football. I'm sorry, not men's cross country, but they won football and also women's basketball twice and men's basketball twice. Still have softball to go 2 times, the 3 baseball games, men's and women's tennis, men's and women's golf, and a cumulative men's and women's track and field. So there's still some time. They can get off the dime. Oklahoma State's programs can go after that Bedlam bell. And again, there's individual bells for each sport, and there's also the overall Bedlam bell, which right now belongs to Oklahoma. And they've kind of held on to that thing every year that it's been going on. But again, we'll have some folks in here from both BOK and the Oklahoma Fort dealers during our second inning of tonight's game. They're working on the field downstairs right now, so a short delay here before we get the introduction of the starting lineups. Again, Oklahoma 24-13-1, 1-5 in conference play, ranked 17th in the nation as far as overall rankings are concerned. The Big 12 is, by the way, well represented. Texas is the new number 1 team in both the ESPN and the Coaches Association poll. They are 38-3 going into play this week. Arizona, UCLA, Alabama, Tennessee among the top 5 in the country. Also Big 12 teams, Nebraska, Texas A&M, and Baylor are represented in both the Coaches Association poll and in the ESPN poll. Oklahoma is 21st in one poll. Actually, these are the new rankings out, so Sooners have dropped a little bit. They're actually 21 in both polls as those new polls came out today. Let's give you the starting lineups now for the 2 teams. First, starting with Oklahoma, Darrell Dixon leads it off and plays left field. Amber Spalding in right field bats second. Kristen Vesely in center field hits third. Samantha Ricketts is the designated player, and she'll bat fourth. Marie Mena is the first baseman hitting fifth. Susan Ogden, the catcher, bats sixth. Savannah Long at second base bats seventh. Jessica Lazandra is the shortstop hitting eighth. Tracy Dickinson, the third baseman, hitting ninth. And the pitcher for Oklahoma is DJ Mathis, and she is a left-handed freshman out of East Alton, Illinois, a St. Louis suburb. For the Cowgirls, Chanel Scott leads it off and plays center field. Ashley Tweed at second, bats second. Courtney Toddy, the catcher, hits third. Kim Kay at first, batting fourth. Lauren Kitchens, the left fielder, hitting fifth. Cheyenne Cruz, the designated player tonight, hitting for pitcher Jessica Hoppick and batting in the number 6 spot. Ashlyn Watson is the right fielder, hitting seventh rather. Crystal Sanchez, the shortstop, batting eighth, and Lacey Dougherty at third base, batting ninth, with Jessica Hoppick in the circle for Oklahoma State. Hoppick on the season has pitched about 500 on the year. She's 9-11. This is her 27th appearance and her 21st start. She has an earned run average of 3.40, and it is an absolutely beautiful night for softball. A big crowd on hand. This game was a sellout. All the chairback seats were sold prior to tonight's game. A limited number of general admission tickets remained when the gates opened at 6 o'clock. And suspect that those are standing room only seats, and some seats of those tickets to get you in the ballpark do remain. So if you're in the neighborhood, come on out and enjoy Bedlam softball. There's nothing like it. And the Cowgirls being introduced downstairs right now. Their head coach, Margaret Remenar, in her 5th year, is 146 and 106 at Oklahoma State. Longtime member of this coaching staff here with the Cowgirls. And I mentioned Patty Gasso earlier in her 12th season, 568, 192, and 2. And a member of the 500-700 club, overall wins in her now nearly 16-year coaching career. And again, she's the coach for the Oklahoma Sooners. They are dressed in the all crimson with the white, and Oklahoma State in the all white with the orange and black. We'll have the first pitch when we come back after this timeout. You're listening to the Bedlam Series, brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers and the Bank of Oklahoma.
We know what you want. You want the games, and at Stillwater Radio, we've got the games. Live play-by-play coverage of all the games for Oklahoma State football, men's and women's basketball, Cowgirls soccer, Cowgirls softball, Cowboy wrestling, and Cowboy baseball. We've been bringing you all the OSU games since 1947, but you want high school games too? Well, Stillwater Radio is the home for the Stillwater High School football, basketball, wrestling, and baseball, along with Lady Pioneer basketball and softball. Stillwater Radio is also where you hear the Perkins Tryon Demons football, girls and boys basketball and baseball, as well as Guthrie High School football and area high school state playoff games. And if that's not enough, this season we'll even carry the games for the New Orleans/Oklahoma City Hornets. Yes, we have a daily talk show, and it's even called The Game. And we have all the Oklahoma State coaches shows as well as Stillwater High School coaches shows. Then there's the ever-popular Game Day Live at Eskimo Joe's and all the expanded coverage around the OSU games at the Big 12 Conference and NCAA events. But we know what you want, and you want the games. And at Stillwater Radio, we've got the games. Other people just talk about them.
At the holiday party, Chris shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He tells his boss the one about the salesman and the talking bar stool. Laughing, he excuses himself to hit the head. He decides a plant will do just fine. Chris misses the plant. Finished, he raids the company fridge and eats 27 deviled eggs while drinking the special punch nicknamed Rocket Fuel. He makes out with Kathy from accounting. He decides to make a funny holiday card. Sitting on the copying machine, Chris laughs hysterically. He writes, "Happy Holidays from Stinky the Elf." He then yells, "Office parties are for losers."
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
Back with you here at Cowgirl Stadium. First pitch being thrown out by representatives of both the Bank of Oklahoma and also by the Oklahoma Ford dealers, who are proud sponsors of the Bedlam Series, again here in 2005-2006. Signed up for a renewal last year, so they got a couple more years on the current agreement. And we're going through the first pitch ceremonies downstairs right now here at Cowgirl Stadium. This game brought to you by TLC Nursery and Greenhouses, 105 West Memorial and 8208 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City, 2001 North Douglas and Midwest City. TLC, when you really want it to grow. Our umpires are making their way to their respective positions. Bart Hadley is the home plate umpire, Pat Lyon at first base, and Bill Masters at third, all Big 12 officials and all good ones. And look for a tight strike zone tonight with Mr. Hadley and his call behind the dish for this matchup between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Again, the Sooners are 1-5, and they have really struggled to start conference play. They lost at home in 4 of those 6 games that they played. Missouri beat them 8-6 and 9-6. Texas Tech beat them 4-2. Then they beat Tech 7-3. Then went to Nebraska, as I said, last weekend on Saturday and lost both ends of a doubleheader, 9-1 in a 6-inning run rule game and 3-0 in the in the nightcap. We are at about 80 degrees here at the start of the game. Skies are partly cloudy, and the wind is blowing toward the left field foul pole out of the southeast between 23 to 30 miles an hour. The flag blowing straight out toward left in center field. Nice new black fence here at Cowgirl Stadium with the black hitters backdrop. Kind of cuts off being able to stand out there and watch the game anymore because the fence is simply too high. It's about a 7-foot high fence. And you just can't stand out there and watch the game anymore like you used to be able to with a standing room only ticket. You got to get up in the bleachers now to be able to see. And if you're coming out to the park, there's still some SRO tickets, and there's plenty of room out in the left field seats. And there's standing room only on the pavilion here inside the stadium as well. Here's the Cowgirl defense. Lauren Kitchens in left, Janelle Scott in center, Ashlyn Watson in right, Lacey Dougherty at third. At second is Ashley Tweed, the shortstop Crystal Sanchez, at first base Kim Kay, the catcher Courtney Toddy, the pitcher Jessica Hoppick, 3.40 ERA with a 9-11 record, 27 appearances, her 21st start, 15 complete games, leads the club in innings pitched, 127, 133 hits, 76 runs, 62 earned, 67 walks, 134 strikeouts. She has given up 12 home runs and a total of 42 extra base hits, and teams are hitting 267 against her. She's got to keep the ball down tonight with the wind blowing out toward left. Quite a few left-handed batters in this lineup, though, for Oklahoma, and the leadoff hitter is Norelle Dixon. And what a player she has been in her 2+ years now at OU. 476 with no homers and 18 RBIs, and the first pitch of the game is low, ball one, and we start at 7:07. And a crowd settling in for this game on Bedlam 2006. Hoppick's next delivery, fastball, is a strike inside corner to the left-handed batter. Dixon, who's played her entire career at OU and has played all 3 years as a junior from Orange, California. Here's the next pitch. And a floater runs outside corner, strike, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. She made the transition this year from the infield, where she's played both shortstop and third base, to left field as a full-time starter this year. And again, a left-handed batter. Hoppick's next delivery, a swing, a foul off the screen and onto the field, out of play. The count stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Oklahoma, as a team, is hitting .317. They've hit 32 home runs. They've also given up that many, pitching-wise, too. Driven in 211 runs. Here's the next delivery, swing, a line drive to left's a base hit. Past the pulled-in infield and past the shortstop Sanchez, a leadoff single to the opposite field for Dixon. That's the way the game begins for Oklahoma. And here is right fielder Amber Spalding. Fontana, California junior, listed as a utility player, playing right field tonight, and she is a right-handed batter. And she wears one of those new sweeping look batting helmets that the professional teams are letting their players wear this year, with the holes in the top. Some of the football design. Here's the first pitch, swing, a foul up our way, and to our right and out of play, strike one. That one rolls around up on the roof here of the press box. Spalding is a junior and wears number 99. That's the biggest number you can have. A couple, 3 different players in the Big 12 wear that number. New ball out to the pitching circle to Jessica Hoppick. Junior from Hayesville, Kansas. Among the leader in a lot of school, or toward the top anyway, in a lot of school records. Here's the next pitch. A show bunt, pulled the bat back. First baseman charging, and it was a ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kay covering at first, charges from that position. Dougherty playing third comes in. Second baseman covers first. Shortstop covers second. And the runner is Dixon, who can leave when the pitch is delivered. And here it is. And a swing, a line drive to center in the air is going to be caught by Chanel Scott to her right for the out. A strong throw back in, and Dixon has to dive back into first base. Spalding's out on a fly ball to center, and here's Kristen Vesley. 4-year starter for Oklahoma, the senior from Phoenix, Arizona, out of Shadow Mountain High School. All Big 12 selection the last couple of years. Member of their soccer team as well. Hitting .492. They have Dixon and then Spalding, who's hitting .304. And then Vesley, who leads the club in average at .492. Has 3 homers and 34 RBIs and leads the club in runs batted in. First pitch, swing, a line drive, foul. Ooh, just outside third. That might have scored a run. Strike one. Vesley, a placement hitter, knows where to put the ball in play. She has 58 hits this year. And of those 58 hits, 17 of them are extra base hits, 11 doubles, 3 homers, and 3 triples. And she's a left-handed batter. Infield cheats in at first and third. Runner at first with 1 out. No score here in the top of the first. Hoppick's next delivery Here's a floater outside, off the outside corner to the left-handed batter. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Samantha Ricketts, one of their new players, a freshman, is on deck. Leadoff hitter singled. Fly ball to center, and now Vesely up there with 1 on, 1 out. Hoppick rocks and fires. Taking, it's a strike, a throw to second, delayed steal, and she takes off and going to be safe at second base. Dixon on the steal of second has a stolen base, and the stolen base for her is her 16th of the year, 16 out of 18, in fact, and number 46 for Oklahoma. They've run a little more this year than they have in the past. 46 out of 55 now on stolen base tries. So a runner at second with a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Vesely. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. Struck her out on a floater off the outside corner. First strikeout for Hoppick, and it's a big one. Now a runner at second with 2 outs for Samantha Ricketts. .330 hitter, leads the club in home runs with 6, second in the club in RBIs with 30. She's a freshman out of Archbishop Mitty High School in San Jose, California. She's a left-handed batter, one of their catchers, and playing the DP role tonight as a designated player. First pitch, and it is in there, but low, ball 1. It's over below. Patty Gasso coaching down at third base. Melissa Lombardi, one of her former players, assistant coach down at first. Howard Dobson in the dugout as the assistant coach for Oklahoma. Here's the next pitch, and a fastball's in there for a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Green grass in the outfield, all dirt infield. And again, the wind blowing field corner. 1-1 the counter, runner at second with 2 outs. That's Dixon. Here's the pitch, and a floater low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Cowgirl Stadium on Bedlam 2006. Again, we'll rematch with Oklahoma 3 weeks from tonight. Down in Norman, same time, same place on the radio dial and on OKState.com. Here's the 2-1. Fastball's grounded foul just outside of first into the right field corner and was fouled by about 3 feet. Has 2 balls and 2 strikes. Marie Mena is on deck, the first baseman for Oklahoma. And Hoppick trying to work out of a 2-out jam here in the first inning. Stolen base took away the force out, so she's going to have to bear down here. 2-2 the count to Ricketts. Here's the 2-out pitch. Swinging a hard shot off the glove of the second baseman into center field. A run's going to score. We'll see if they rule it a hit. Sooners lead 1-0, and they do. A hard shot that skipped to the glove of Doherty, who tried to backhand the ball. Actually, Tweed at second base, I should say, backhanding that ball. And it bounced off the heel of her glove and into center field. They will rule it a hit, so an RBI for Ricketts. That gives her 31 now on the year and brings up Marie Mena. 256 hitter with 21 RBIs. Junior out of Escondido, California, a 3-year starter for Oklahoma. And a 1-0 lead for the Sooners. In the first pitch, he is a strike on the outside corner. Another left-handed batter in Mena. She's not had the number of at-bats that some of the other girls have had at the top of the order. Here's the next delivery. Fastball high. That's 2 balls and no strikes. So the stolen base pays off for Oklahoma as they had moved the runner down to second. And the hard shot off the glove of the second baseman Tweed results in a 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch, and a floater missing just off the outside corner. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is catcher Susan Ogden, another of the newer players for Oklahoma. Trying to get Mena out now to get out of the inning. Here's the 2-1. That's high. They had earlier called the pitch a strike, and it changed that on the scoreboard. Home plate umpire putting up the correct amount of numbers. And now that pitch a ball, so Bart Hadley says 3-1. Next pitch, that's high, and that is ball 4. So after the hard shot by Ricketts, the walk to Mena, 2 outs for Ogden with 2 on. Cowgirls will come out and talk it over in the pitching circle while the Sooners will all gather around Coach Patty Gasso down the third baseline. Our game is brought to you by Tiger Drug and Wilson Chevrolet Jeep. The Bedlam Series brought to you by Bank of Oklahoma and your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Cowgirls 16-16, 2-12 in conference play. The Sooners 24-13-1, and 1-5 in conference play. That tie, by the way, against Indiana in a tournament in Norman. It's played back in February. Ended up being a game that was stopped 11-11 after 5 innings against Indiana. Right-handed batter Susan Ogden at the plate. 279 hitter with 8 RBIs. She is a sophomore catcher out of Sherman, Texas. Stands in there against Hoppick. Here's the first pitch. And fastball is high, ball 1. And time is called as associate head coach for the Cowgirls, Kim Ward, will come out of the dugout very quickly and talk to Hoppick. Bullpen is quiet for Oklahoma State, who is down a player tonight. Chelsea Caraway is ill, and Chelsea Barkley, I should say, is ill, and she is not playing tonight. So the Cowgirls down 1 pitcher, so they have Jessica Hoppick, and Randy Cook, I think, is eligible to play again, and they have Christina Gustozzi, the young lady from Jenks, available in case Hoppick has trouble. Conversation is over, and we're ready to go again as Ogden stands back in, and here's the next pitch, and a fastball is on the inside corner at the knees, and that's a strike, and the count is 1-1. Trying to get the third out for the third batter here. Single, a fly ball out, a strikeout, a stolen base, an RBI single and a walk, 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, and that paints the outside corner, strike 2. Hoppick has run it inside and low. This one was outside and low. Let's see what she comes back with here. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ogden, with 2 outs for Oklahoma here in the first, leading 1-0. The pitch, swinging a line drive to center, is a base hit. It's trapped in front of the center fielder. Here comes the throw home, and coming in standing up to score is Ricketts, an RBI single for Ogden. The other runner winds up at second base, and it's a 2-0 lead for Oklahoma. Chanel Scott got over to her left. Looked like she might have had a chance to dive for the ball, but it kind of died out there in front of her. She trapped it and got the throw, a good, strong throw back in, but Ricketts was able to beat it home standing up. And it makes it a 2-0 game. So Ogden has an RBI, and here's Savannah Long, a 290 hitter with 3 homers and 19 RBIs, batting from the right side. Sophomore out of Midwest City. First pitch, fastball high, ball 1. Time is called now as catcher and pitcher will talk it over as Courtney Toddy goes out to the circle for Oklahoma State. And most likely a change in the signs again with a different runner on second base. 2 or 3 different ways you can handle that so they're not stealing your signs down there behind the dish. 1-0 the count. Hoppick's next pitch is a floater grounded off the glove of the third baseman, this time into left field for a base hit. It'll be fielded by the left fielder and brought back in as the ball went off the glove of Lacey Doherty. A one-hop shot. And then Kitchens got it back in quickly, and they're going to rule that one an error. Well, that's a tough play there. You know, how do you give Ricketts a hit when that one was a very similar situation and a tough E5 for Oklahoma State? In any event, the bases are loaded, and it brings up Jessica Lazandra. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. She wears number 44. She's a freshman from Port Jefferson, New York. A right-handed batter. Another of the younger players in this lineup for Oklahoma, hitting just 139. The pitch, fastball, that's in there for a strike. And the count is 1-1. And again, Hoppick's right on the edge now for the 5th batter of getting out of this inning. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. The game could be on the line right now. First inning, here's the pitch. That's up and in. No place to put her if you walk her. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tracy Dickinson will bat next if the inning continues, another of the freshman starters for Oklahoma. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch, and that's low and inside, ball 3. And work begins in the Cowgirl bullpen as Randy Cook is warming up. 3-1 the count. Threatened to walk in a run here. Here's the pitch. Swing and a ball hit in the air behind second. That's trouble, and that's going to fall. A base hit. 1 run scores. Another run scores. 2-run single. First and second, 2 outs. And a 2 RBI single for Lazandra, scoring Mena and also Ogden. And it's a suddenly 4-0 Sooner lead here in the first inning, and there's still 2 out. Here's Dickinson, the third baseman, another freshman infielder out of Placentia, California, El Dorado High School. You got to get this out right here because then Dixon's up again and it just starts all over again. Like I said, the hitting here for Oklahoma has not been the issue this year. It's been, to a certain extent, pitching. And there's been a few defensive lapses as well. They've made 33 errors on the year. Here's the first pitch, and a fastball in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. That doesn't sound like a lot, 33 errors in 38 games, but compared to previous years, that is up a little bit. And again, it's a younger lineup for Oklahoma, but they've jumped on the Cowgirls here in the first inning. Next pitch, that one inside and almost hit her. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Dixon hitting .307, 5 home runs, and that is third on the club. 12 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Swinging a number off the end of the bat, fielded by Hoppick and then dropped. Everybody will be safe, and that will likely be scored an error. Hoppick had that ball roll off her glove to her right in the circle, and the Cowgirls make their second error of the inning. And number 40 on the year now. And that should have been the third out. And Dixon will bat again as the Sooners bat around here in the first inning. And they threaten to make this a bigger inning. Norrell Dixon singled, stole a base, and scored her first time up. And the Cowgirls are having trouble getting this third out. They've had 2 outs now for the last 7 batters, counting the one that's about to hit. Dixon led off with a single, and with 2 outs stole second, and that's when things started to break down. Ricketts with an RBI single and a hard shot hit off the glove of the second baseman that was ruled a hit. A walk, an RBI single, an error on a ground ball hit to third. A 2 RBI single to left, and then the error on the pitcher, an E1. And now Dixon will stand in here with a chance to break this game wide open. Already up 4-0. And again, the leading average on this team, Vesely, who hits third, and Dixon, who's batting second, hitting .476. And 1 for 1 tonight. First pitch to her in their first strike, and a dangerous hitter at the top of the order for Oklahoma. On the road, they are 3-2 this year. In conference, they are 1-5. Here's the pitch by Hoppick. Upstairs, inside and high. And she laid off that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the Sooners, with these combination of veterans and freshmen, trying to bounce back in conference players and swinging a foul back after a 1-5 start. Cowgirls in the middle of the pack, a .272 batting average, second in the conference, though, with 208 strikeouts when they hit. Team ERA of 3.51. Here's the pitch, swinging a ball hit foul off the screen left side. And that's strike 2. And again, here's another 2-strike count on the batter that could represent the final out. At 3.51 ERA, team-wise for Oklahoma State, is 9th best in the conference. Toward the bottom. 1-2 count, bases loaded, 2 outs to pitch. Swing, a chopper foul outside third, and that's another foul ball. Continues 1-2 on the count. Sooner earned run average is 3.35. That's a little bit better. But the team ERA against Oklahoma hitting this year is 5.83. That's what the opposition gives up. 1-2, way outside, and a good block by Toddy to keep that ball from going back to the screen. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dixon at the plate for the second time this inning as the Sooners have batted around. They've plated 4 and have the bases loaded with 2 outs. And a 2-2 count on the California native, left-handed batter. And the pitch by Hoppick, swinging a number off the bat to the shortstop. They'll go to third, and they'll get a force out, and the inning is over. 6-5 on the play by Sanchez to the third baseman Doherty, and the Sooners leave the bases loaded. In the inning, 4 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 Cowgirl errors, a walk, and 3 left. After a half inning, Oklahoma 4, the Cowgirls coming to bat. We'll give you the lineups in just a moment again, and this is the Bedlam Series brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers and Bank of Oklahoma.
It's spring, and now is the time to make your home the envy of your neighbors with a little TLC. At TLC, you not only get great plants and the best in gardening supplies, you also get the friendly advice necessary to be successful. With TLC, you always get more for your money. You get gardening success. TLC specials include forest faces, several styles to choose from. 2-year-old clematis plants, $9.95. Crossfire 2 fescue, 5-pound bag covers 1,000 square feet, only $7.99. That's TLC Nursery and Greenhouses in Oklahoma City and Midwest City.
The first time we got together,
all she did was look me up and down.
I don't know who she thinks she is.
She's like no one I ever met before.
We had nothing in common.
She didn't get me. We're from different backgrounds.
She's from a different planet or something.
But lately, I can't explain it.
It's like we're on the same wavelength.
We're not that different.
She's really learning a lot from me.
Be a mentor and share the experience. A Kid's World is a good place to find yourself.
Power of One Mentoring in Stillwater. Call 742-7453.
Defensively, the K Sooners look like this. In left field, it is Norrell Dixon. In center field, it is Kristen Vesley. In right field, it is Amber Spalding. Round the horn, third to first. Tracy Dickinson at third. Jessica Lizandra at shortstop. Savannah Long at second. Ray Mena at first. Susan Ogden, the catcher, and the pitcher is D.J. Mathis, freshman from East Alton, Illinois, outside of St. Louis, a left-hander. She's 8-3 with a 2.39 ERA. Teams are hitting .252 against her. This is her 11th start, 22nd game. She has 5 complete games and 79 innings pitched. And she faces Enid product Chanel Scott. First pitch is slapped foul back to the screen, strike 1. Scott, the 3-year starter for the Cowgirls, .374 average with no homers and 11 RBIs. Second on the all-time list in runs scored now for Oklahoma State. And she will likely catch and pass before the season's over. Jamie Fouch. Here's the strike 1 pitch and a fastball strike on the outside corner. And the count is 0-2. And Mathis, like a lot of the pitchers in past years, Cammie Kiter and Jennifer Stewart and others who've been left-handed, they just come right at you with a variety of pitches. She does that here as well. And rocks and fires. An off-speed pitch is foul back to the screen. She has that step, wheel, roundhouse, underhand throw, but can throw about 5 different pitches off that motion. So you have trouble picking it up. Scott, a left-handed batter, stands in there, trying to get the Cowgirls started here, trailing 4-0 after half inning. The pitch, fastball, just off the outside corner. Ogden framed that one for the umpire, but Bart Hadley said no. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tweed and Toddy, and then Kay, if anybody gets on for the Cowgirls here in this first inning. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's up and in, a fastball. She comes right at you with about a 60, 65-mile-an-hour fastball, and that's like throwing 90 in the majors in baseball. 2-2 the count to Scott. Has 40 hits on the year, scored 21 runs. And the next pitch on the way is a floater slap foul outside third, where Margaret Rebinar is coaching for the Cowgirls. Associate head coach Kim Ward down at first, Shannon Sullivan in the dugout. So it's 2-2. Outfield shades her toward left, straight away and right, and they give her right center. Here's the pitch, swing, and a ball, strike 3, and they didn't run it out, so they throw to first, get the out anyway. The strikeout goes 2-3. I think Scott thought she might have fouled that ball off, but it was a called swinging third strike, and then the catcher made the throw down to first to retire the batter. Here is Ashley Tweed. Tweed is a senior from Mustang, Oklahoma, and she's batting .275. Left-handed batter, first pitch, taking, and that one is high, ball 1. This is the start of a 5-game homestand for Oklahoma State, which will include a doubleheader next Wednesday night here at Cowgirl Stadium, right here on 105.5. Here's the next pitch. That's up and in, a fastball. 2 balls and no strikes. Have weekend games with Nebraska, 2 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday, those on AM 780. And then A&M in here next Wednesday night. Here's the pitch. That one's upstairs. And time is called as the count goes to 3-0 as pitcher and catcher will talk it over. D.J. Mathis is the pitcher from East Alton, Illinois. Recruited by Oklahoma. And she's off to a very good start in her career. Next pitch, and there for a strike. And they've changed the count. It was no pitch before the timeout, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike. She was all everything in the state of Illinois for Roxana High School. Here's the pitch, swing, a ball hit the right center, and that's trouble, and that may fall, but no, it's caught. It's caught by Spaulding in right field on a basket catch right at her shoe tops. Diving forward, she was able to make the grab. 2 outs on that fly ball out there by Tweed. Amber Spaulding making the play, 2 outs. And here is Courtney Toddy, the catcher. Junior out of Lawton Eisenhower is hitting at 300 even, a homer and 21 RBIs. Another left-handed batter, first pitch. That one in there for a strike by Mathis. DJ stands for Dylan Jean. She was recruited by Notre Dame, Florida, Fresno State, UCLA. Low and away from left-hander. 1 ball, 1 strike. Toddy all Big 12 selection for Oklahoma State. And the junior catcher again hitting an even 300, 30 out of 100. Here's the pitch, out in front, an off-speed delivery, and that's strike 2. And Mathis just gets the ball back and doesn't waste any time, and she just comes right at you. No-nonsense pitcher. She was an all-state player in high school in Illinois. And has Toddy set up 1-2 the pitch, missing off the outside corner. First 2 have been retired by Oklahoma State, or for Oklahoma State, here in the first. And Kim Kay would bat next if the inning continues. Toddy at the dish, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Time is called now as the batter steps out. Lights are on here at Cowgirl Stadium. Nice scoreboard all lit up there in right field. Beautiful setting for this game and any other game here in this park. Here's the pitch, and a ball off the bat, foul. Tried to hold up the swing, and it just nicked the bat and went back to the screen. It stays 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the Cowgirls trailing 4-0 here after the first half inning. We're in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch on the way by Mathis, and a fastball low and away is 3-2. That one just missed off the outside corner. Mathis off the rubber, gathers a little dirt, now steps back on, and a 3-2 pitch on the way, and a swing and a foul hit the catcher's glove and bounced out. As the catcher Ogden couldn't hold that one, and it's still 3-2. Sooners send 10 to the plate in the first inning, bat around +1, and it's a 4-0 lead. A couple of errors figured into the equation. Now the 3-2. Fastball strike, 3 called on the outside corner, and the inning is over, and Toddy is caught looking, and for Mathis, that is her 47th strikeout in now 80 innings pitched. Cowgirls up and down in order after 1. OU 4, Oklahoma State nothing. You're listening to the Bedlam Series brought to you by Bank of Oklahoma and your Oklahoma Ford dealers, and more about those groups when we come back in our second inning in a moment.
It has long been said that an apple a day will keep the doctor away. But in order to avoid the pharmacist at Tiger Drug, you will need an apple and a large bag of corn nuts. Please don't ask me why. Tiger Drug. Over these many years, people often ask, why is it called Tiger Drug? Just where did the name Tiger Drug come from? Well, everyone was in agreement that monkey drug just sounded stupid. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
I am an American soldier.
I am a soldier in the Army National Guard.
I am a warrior and a member of a team.
I live the Army values.
I am disciplined, physically and mentally tough. I am the guardian of freedom
and the American way of life.
I am an American soldier.
I am the Army National Guard.
Defend freedom. In the Army National Guard, you can. Visit 1-800-GO-GUARD.com today.
Sponsored by the Oklahoma National Guard. Aired by the Oklahoma Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Back here at Cowgirl Stadium in Stillwater, and Stillwater's own Dave Thomas is with us from Owen Thomas Ford here in Stillwater, one of the group of Oklahoma Ford dealers and one of the group that helps to sponsor Bedlam 2006. And the Cowgirls trailing 4-0 here, Dave. Try to get them defensively put down in order here, and then we'll see what we can do in the next half inning. We'll welcome you in. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Leading off at the number 2 spot in the order is OU's Amber Spaulding, who flied to center her first time up. Talk about the Bedlam Series, if you will, a little bit from your perspective as far as being involved with your Oklahoma Ford dealers.
Well, we're real fortunate being in Stillwater. We get to be involved quite a bit as we bring a vehicle out to show. Tonight we brought a very special truck out. It's an OSU Collegiate Edition.
Here's a line drive up the middle through the box and a base hit to center by Spaulding and a leadoff single for Oklahoma. That is a nice-looking truck. Is that you said a special edition model, is that right?
It's a very special truck. There's a company out of Georgia that produces these. This is the only third one built this year in the country.
Is that right? Wow. And again, custom made. What makes it different?
Well, if you look at it, they've paid the trademarks registry so that they can use the OSU trademarks, and they're all over the truck in different places. It's a black and orange leather seat combination with orange stitching on it. It's just got OSU logos everywhere. I mean, for the person who is a supreme OSU fan, this is the supreme truck for them.
Kristen Vesely is hitting for Oklahoma. Ball one now, a foul ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And I don't know if you want to give away the price of the truck, but it's affordable, right? I'll say it that way.
It is affordable. The package is not all that expensive, and you will have probably the only one in Oklahoma. It's basically a white truck with orange and black.
Here's a bunt to third, and they'll try to get Vesely out, and they drop the ball at first base, and everybody's safe. The lead runner goes down to third, and a collision down there at first base between the cover person and Vesely, and she's going to be allowed to go down to second base on the play, and that'll be probably the third Cowgirl error of the game, as the ball was hit to the infield, and then the throw was on line at first base, but then they're unable to hold on to the ball. And let's see if they are going to rule out an E1, and they do on the second error of the game on Jessica Hoppick, as again the throw a little wide and to the right of the bag at first as we view it here. And here's Samantha Ricketts with second and third and nobody out here, and an RBI single and a run scored her first time up. So we talk with Dave Thomas. Here's a swing and a ball hit to the gap in right center. That'll clear the bases. 2 more runs will score. And Ricketts, up there around 400 already hitting, is going to be 2 for 2 with a double and 2 RBIs. And I'll tell you what, Oklahoma, Dave, seems to come up with these freshman players. They go out and recruit, and of course, as successful a program as they've been, you can get out there very quickly and get some good talent. Jessica Hoppick's day is done. We're just going to keep it right here and talk to Dave Thomas, as coming into the game for the Cowgirls is going to be Christina Gustosi, the young lady from Jenks, and we'll tell you a little about her in just a moment. All right, that truck is sitting out there, Dave, and I know that it's gotten a lot of interest tonight. And again, something that if a person is interested tomorrow, they come down and see you guys, right?
They do. We're located on West 51 Street Highway, just west of Stillwater. It qualifies for the low interest rates and the rebates programs that are going on, so you do get a little help in purchasing that particular truck. But whether it's that truck, which is an F-150, you want to go down to the Little Ranger, or all the way up to the big F-350s, we've got a great supply. We just finished Truck Month here in March, and we brought in a lot of inventory for that. Sales were excellent, especially right here at the end of the month, and we've got a good selection for those people looking for a pickup.
And if you're looking for a car, my favorite is the Ford Mustang.
Well, that Ford Mustang, it's been redesigned in 2005, and it's clearly the winner. In fact, it's interesting. It's the best-selling Ford car in Oklahoma and Texas. But we got some sweet cars. The new Fusion. For those people who haven't seen the Fusion, you need to come out. This is truly a competitor to the import automobiles. When you get in it and shut the doors, when you start the car, when you drive this car, if it didn't say Ford on it, you'd think you were driving an import automobile.
Is that the one with the real fancy looking chrome grill? Looks like it's smiling at you.
That's right. It has the horizontal grill.
There you go.
And it's the Camry Accord-sized automobile. Looks like we might get back to play here.
Yep. Christina Gustosi is out of Jenks. He's a junior college transfer out of Neosho County. 3-0. a 3.99 ERA, and she tries to shut down Marie Mena, who walked and scored her first time up. With a runner at second, strike one the count now to Mena, as OU has plated two and scored in this inning off a single, an error on a throwing error on a bunt, and then a 2 RBI double by Samantha Ricketts, who has 3 knocked in tonight. Here's a swing and a miss on a ball down and away, and it's 0-2 to Mena. So Hoppick does not finish the second inning, and the Cowgirls find themselves in a hole here, trailing 6-0. We talked with Dave Thomas from Owen Thomas Ford here in Stillwater, and part, of course, of the Bedlam series with Bank of Oklahoma and the Oklahoma Ford dealers. A swing and a ball hit off the end of the bat is caught behind third base in foul ground by the third baseman, Lacey Doherty, for the out. That's a big out right there as the Cowgirls get the first out of the inning and hold that runner down at second on the pop-up fly ball in foul territory. Here is Susan Ogden, an RBI single and a run scored her first time up. Dave, if you will, talk about Owen Thomas Ford and then Ford dealers and then participation in the Bedlam series.
Well, like I say, we're extremely pleased to be a part of this Bedlam series. It's great because just like the dealer down in Norman, we're closer to the action than the rest of the group are. But this is, I believe, our 4th year, and I know the Oklahoma Ford dealers every year when we bring it up, or do we want to continue? Overwhelmingly, yes. This Bedlam series goes clear across the state from border to border. It's in everybody's hometown. You're either a Sooner or a Cowboy or Cowgirl.
Or you become one, yeah.
and you know, that's what it's all about. And it's out for having a lot of fun and intense competition. And I think it's been split. I think they've won the Bedlam series twice.
A couple times, and it's gone the other way, yeah.
Gone our way the same way. So.
First pitch a ball, now a strike, and then a fly ball hit down the line and right is caught by the right fielder. The runner tries to advance, and down to third will go Ricketts with 2 outs as the ball caught in right field by Ashlyn Watson in foul territory, 2 outs. Now, right now, OU has a big lead in this Bedlam series, but again, with a lot of the sports still to go, they've won some of the major ones like men's and women's basketball, and they've won soccer and football. But you still have 3 baseball games. You still have this game and another softball game, plus tennis and golf and track and field. So there's still a chance for Oklahoma State to come back and win this thing again.
Hey, you're never out of it till the fat lady sings and she's over, so maybe we can get on a roll.
Savannah Long at the plate, fouls one off, strike one, reached on an error her first time up for Oklahoma, who has a 6-0 lead with 2 outs now here in this second inning, as Gustozzi has come on and done the job after relieving Hoppick with nobody out. Here's the strike one pitch, and a floater is in there, and it makes the count 0-2. Again, Dave, tell folks where Owen Thomas Ford is located here in Stillwater.
We are located at 4405 West 6th, which is Highway 51 west of Stillwater, on the south side of the road. And it's a gorgeous area. All the car dealers are out there together, but we're the only one on the south side. We're pretty easy to find.
And the only one with Ford in the sign, right?
And the only one with Ford in the sign, that's right.
Just outside to Long, and it is 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs as Christina Gustozzi tries to get out of this inning for the Cowgirls. Runner at third with 2 outs here and a 6-0 Sooner lead, and the pitch is swung on and hit to center, and that'll drop in, a base hit. Another run will score. An RBI for Long, her first of the game, as coming in to score is Oklahoma's player there, and that is Ricketts, who comes in to score, and it'll be a lead now of 7-0, and Jessica Lazandra will come up. She had an RBI hit, 2 RBI single her first time up, and Sooners off and running here after struggling early, 1-5 in conference play, and that hit off of the new pitcher is the first of the game. First pitch is low and away here, and it is ball 1. There's a lot of other promotion things that you guys do, Dave, as far as the Oklahoma Ford dealers statewide involving this Bedlam activity, because there's promotions, and here's a pitch out the outside corner to strike, 1-1 to the right-handed batter, Lazandra, that you guys do at various places. I know when you go to Oklahoma City at Bricktown and when you're at Driller Stadium and the like, similar things to what we're seeing here tonight, and we'll have some of that down at Norman, too.
It is, and you know, we have the Ford Center down in Oklahoma City, and so as you visit down there, you're going to see Ford products. They do work things out mainly in the bigger cities, and when Bedlam comes to town, there are promotions and giveaways and things that the dealers, the different Metro Dealers Associations get involved in, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just a way, again, to bring the fan into the fold and let them have a little fun and
Here's a swing and a ball hit to center field. Should be the final out of the inning, and it's Chanel Scott on 2-2, making the grab, and Lozandre is out on a fly ball in the inning. A couple of 3 runs, in fact, for Oklahoma on 1, 2, 3 hits. There was an error, and 1 person left. The Sooners have left 4 in the game and through an inning and a half. It's a 7-0 Oklahoma lead. Dave, we'll let you go. Thanks for visiting with us again this year, and we will see you again down the road, and hopefully out on Highway 51 there at Owen Thomas Ford.
We really appreciate it. We encourage everybody to come out and support the Bedlam Series, and thank you for having me.
You bet. Thanks, Dave. And again, the Bedlam Series brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers and BOK, and back with more Cowgirl softball in a moment.
Here at Stillwater Radio, we pride ourselves on being your #1 local news source. Not just news about Stillwater events and activities, but those in the surrounding area as well. Plus the breaking news events and updates on continuing stories as they happen. We don't make you wait for your local news, and you don't have time to look elsewhere to find the information you need. That's why Stillwater's First News should be your local news source. It's my job to bring you the local news first, and you get that right here on this Stillwater radio station.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rex Holt, Stillwater Radio Sports Director, and I would like to invite you to check out The Game. The Game I'm talking about is our daily sports call-in show on AM 780 KSPI. Each day, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to noon, we talk sports with fans and special guests. Of course, we talk a lot about the OSU Cowboys and Cowgirls, as well as Stillwater and area high school sports, but we'll discuss about everything and anything and have. So listen in, call in, and let's try to have a good time on The Game. 10 a.m. to noon weekdays on Sports Talk 780 KSPI.
We are back with you here at Cowgirl Stadium as Oklahoma leads 7-0. The Cowgirls looking for their first base runner as Kim Kay is at the plate. She is a left-handed batter, a sophomore, junior college transfer out of Palomar Junior College in San Diego, California. Bunts her way on, maybe, no, out at first, just barely on a play to the third baseman. Charging Dickinson, a ball right off the front of the plate in fair ground in front of the right-handed batter's box. And Kay is out by a step on a bunt try at first base. And first out, the play going 5-3. Here is Lauren Kitchens, the left fielder who bat for the Cowgirls. And we are with Jamie Webb, who's with Bank of Oklahoma. And where are you based out of, Jamie? Tell the folks.
I'm based out of the headquarters office in Tulsa.
Very good. BOK, of course, Bank of Oklahoma, one of the partners in the Bedlam Series, as they have been ever since its inception. A swing and a foul to the left side by Kitchens. Strike one. Tell folks what you do for the bank.
I am a commercial loan officer.
And that just basically means you loan money to people who are in the business world, right?
That's exactly right. I loan money to businesses and try to find any other complementary way to that I can help out companies in Oklahoma.
And part, of course, of BOK's work in promotion of this series is to get the message about their company out across Oklahoma. Here's a swing and a fly ball to center. Might drop. It's a base hit. Trapped by the center fielder, and Kitchens has a one-out single, and the Cowgirls get it going here in the second inning against this left-hander, DJ Mathis. Now, Bank of Oklahoma has branches just about everywhere and still growing, right?
We do, absolutely. And, you know, this Bedlam Series is just a great opportunity for us to support all of the sports at the 2 major state universities, including men's and women's, to give them all equal exposure and equal attention.
Cheyenne Cruz is the hitter, the designated player. She is out of Claremore, Oklahoma. First pitch is grounded to the hole, and that's a base hit to left, and the Cowgirls have 2 on and 1 out. Jamie, you're a good luck charm right now for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls.
Let's see if we can keep this going. I'm a Cowgirl myself.
There you go. That's right. I remember that from talking with you last year, that you went to school here at Oklahoma State.
That's
and again, Bank of Oklahoma's coverage of the state, they have several branches in most of the major communities here in our state. As of right now, looking to expand in other parts of the state and just basically being able to offer what the customer needs, whether they be a commercial, an individual, or family, what have you.
Absolutely. We focus on trying to have our branches in the most convenient places, whether that might be our supermarket branches in some of our metropolitan areas, or traditional branches in some of our smaller markets.
A lot of the homeland, some of the Albertsons and places like that, I know around the state you have those supermarket branches, and those work out real well for the customers, something that's really expanded in various locations to different banking companies in recent years. Here's a ground ball by Watson, knocked down by the second baseman, a throw to first for the out. The runners move up as Ashlyn Watson gets a ground ball to the second baseman, Long able to smother it and then throw out at first. And so the runners at second and third with 2 outs, and here's Crystal Sanchez. Sanchez is one of the newer players of the Cowgirls, the junior college transfer out of Palomar Junior College in California. She's from Chista Vista, California, and she is a junior. And Sanchez, a right-handed batter, first pitch to her, and that is a strike by the left-hander DJ Mathis. BOK looking to, again, just stay competitive in the banking market, and it is a big market in Oklahoma.
Absolutely, and we were speaking about those branches and tell you all those customers out there, a good reason to go in right now is to open a new free checking account.
There's a strike, and it is 0-2 to Sanchez, and it's real easy to do that, right?
Absolutely, and we're having our Six Flags promotion right now, which means if you open an account at BOK, you get 2 free tickets to Six Flags.
0-2 count, 2 on, 2 out. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss held by the catcher and a strikeout, and the inning is over as Sanchez strikes out. The Cowgirls leave their first 2. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and after 2, it's Oklahoma State trailing OU 7-0. And Jamie, if folks want to find out more, the Bank of Oklahoma has a website, right?
We do, www.bankofoklahoma.com.
Just spell that all out and then put .com after it, and you'll go right to BOK, and they can go to different links on there and find out.
You can find locations and contact numbers, all kinds of different ways to get a hold of it.
Very good. Jamie, thanks for the visit. Appreciate you coming by. Jamie Webb with us now from Bank of Oklahoma here in Oklahoma, is, of course, out of Tulsa. They have branches, of course, all over the state, and one of our sponsors of the Bedlam Series, again here in 2006. Cowgirls trail after 2, 7-0. Let's take time out.
Spring is here and it's time for that bloomin' yard work. We realize that yard and work are both 4-letter words, but combined with a little TLC, they make a great combination. Enjoy your home more this year. Let TLC help you make it the showplace of the neighborhood. TLC, Oklahoma's garden headquarters for the biggest and best selection of trees, shrubs, perennials, roses, and anything else you can need for your lawn or garden. 105 West Memorial and 8208 Northwest Expressway in Oklahoma City and 2001 North Douglas, Midwest City. Remember TLC when you really want it to grow.
You are a good parent, which means by the time your child is 4, you have attained PhD-level mastery of the fine art of worrying. But there is a way, at least in the car, to put worry on hold. Until your kids are 4'9", use a booster seat. It helps the safety belt fit correctly. It decreases their risk of injury by 59%, and it's easy. So after the toddler seat, boost your kids, and don't let them down.
Go to boosterseat.gov to learn more about the importance of boosters. A message from the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
Now we're down to the bottom of the order here. Tracy Dickinson for Oklahoma. They've batted around twice already here in this lineup, leading 7-0 to the top of the third inning. Reached on an error first time up. Christina Gustosi is the pitcher from Jenks. And again for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. She came in the last inning in relief of the starter Hopping. Here's a fly ball to left, and it's caught and then not held by the left fielder who dropped the ball near the warning track, and down to second is Dickinson, and we'll see how they score that. This is likely going to be the third error of the game by Oklahoma, maybe the fourth error of the game by Oklahoma State. We'll see how they rule it, and I think they've ruled it a hit. It was a hard shot hit to the left field corner, and jumping up to try to make the grab was Lauren Kitchens. If she makes it, it's a great catch. Unfortunately, when she went down to steady herself after catching the ball came out of her glove. They're going to rule it a hit. It'll be ruled a double. And here is the leadoff hitter, Norelle Dixon. She has singled, stole a base, and scored, and has grounded out with the bases loaded. Here's the first pitch, and that is a floater. It's in there for a strike on the outside corner by Christina Gustosi. 3-0 with a 3.99 ERA. This is her 13th appearance. Teams are hitting .275 against her, and she's given up 6 home runs. Boy, the wind caught that ball, and it took off toward the left field corner. Kitchens got a glove on it, but couldn't hold on. Here's the next delivery, and it just misses outside. It's 7-8-0 for Oklahoma. They've left 4. 0-2-3 for Oklahoma State, and they've left 2. We're in the top of the third. 4-spot, 3-spot. First 2 innings for Oklahoma. They've jumped on the Cowgirls. Here's the pitch, and that went off the glove of the catcher. It is a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. No advance by the runner as Toddy moved out to her left to field the ball. And this is the start of a 5-game homestand for Oklahoma, their longest in conference play. They'll have Nebraska in here Saturday, Sunday, and then next Wednesday night a doubleheader with Texas A&M. Here's the pitch, swinging an inside-out swing to the left side, foul out of play down the line and left. And the count now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Thanks to our guests with us tonight from Bank of Oklahoma, Jamie Webb, and also from the Oklahoma Ford dealers, and representing Owen Thomas Ford here in Stillwater, Dave Thomas. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Dave got to throw out the first pitch tonight. And the pitch coming to Dixon, swinging a slapper to the shortstop. And now they have the runner hung up. They throw to second, and They call her safe, I believe, at second. They did. She got back in there ahead of the tag. The third base umpire, I thought, was going to make the call, but instead the first base umpire, Pat Lyon, says safe. Ball hit to the shortstop, who was playing halfway on the play. Sanchez looked the runner back to second, didn't really have a chance on Dixon at third. Margaret Revenar is going to walk past her team in the circle and come out and talk to first base umpire Pat Lyon about that last play at second base. Very, very close. And now they're going to talk to the home plate umpire about it, Bart Hadley. Margaret's appealing the play to the home plate umpire. What a 7-0 game. This is a big out if the Cowgirls can get the call reversed. The third base umpire, Bill Masters, did not make a call on this either. It looked like he might have had a better angle on it. Now the three umpires, as Masters has been summoned over by the first base bag, by the home plate umpire, and they're all three talking about it. Margaret's gotten out of the conversation. She's standing between home plate and the pitching circle. Safe, and now the appeal is no good. So it's safe, and the Cowgirl fans are going to let the umpires have it now for the rest of the game. Close play at second base, and the Cowgirls neither get the call nor the appeal. And it's ruled a fielder's choice. And it is going to be first and second with nobody out. Here is Spaulding, who has an RBI single and a fly ball to center. It's Tosia, and looking in now, time is called as the batter steps out. Spaulding, a right-handed batter, 7 home runs, leads this Sooner team. 22 RBIs, first pitch, and that's low, ball 1. Jessica Hoppick did not finish the second inning. We're in the third. I tell you what, the Sooners, who won here back in 2001, 16-0, threatened to make this a short night tonight. Here's the pitch, and a ball hit foul to the screen right side out of play. Cowgirls have not won in this series at all since 2003, a shutout here when Lauren Bay was pitching for Oklahoma State, and have lost 20 of the last 21 meetings between these two teams, including postseason. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that's inside. And did that hit the batter? Yeah, it did. She bounced around in the box, and the ball clipped her. Toddy argues with the umpire. Here's Margaret Revenar out of the dugout again, and this time she's all over the home plate umpire, Bart Hadley, and she just says, how can you make that call when it looked like she walked into the pitch? And now they're going to appeal it to the first base umpire. No. And again, the Cowgirls just very frustrated out there. And boy, Lacey Dougherty has to be careful. She threw her glove down the field, and she could have been ejected. And now the bases are loaded for OU's arguably best player, Kristen Vesely. And Oklahoma State has to gather themselves now on the field. So a hit batsman adds to the other stuff that's happened in this inning. And here's Vesely, who's reached on an error and scored and has struck out. Infield has to play in with the bases loaded. First pitch, and that is a strike at the letters, and it is 0-1. No question the ball hit Spaulding. Question is, did she walk into it? Umpire said no. Here's the next one. That's outside and high. Vesely, a left-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike. She's been all everything in her 3-year-plus career at Oklahoma. As I mentioned earlier, a member of the soccer team. And a starter. 1-1 count. The pitch is swung on, hitting the gap in right center, and that's trouble. That's going to clear the bases, maybe. A one-hopper off the wall. 2 runs are in. Here comes the other runner to score. The throw comes home late. It's a bases-clearing double, and it's a 10-0 game. 3 RBIs for Vesely gives her now 37 on the year, as Dixon, Spaulding, and ahead of them Dickinson come in to score. And it is a 10-0 game. 9 hits now, 2 in this inning for the Sooners. And here's Ricketts, who herself has a double, a single, 2 runs scored, and 3 RBIs. Freshman out of San Jose, California. Here's the first pitch, and a fastball strike on the outside corner. Still nobody out in this inning. We're in the top of the third, and OU has put up a 10 spot here on the Cowgirls in this game. Here's the next one by the left-hander, swinging a foul back. They have dug themselves a trench in this game. And Oklahoma, again, who has struggled in conference play, has come out firing tonight. They are making a statement in this game, no question about it. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, a fly ball hit the left, and that's trouble. If it's caught, it'll be an out, and it is just on the edge of the outfield grass as the wind held it up for the shortstop who went to her right, Crystal Sanchez, and made the grab for the out. That's the first out, a big out if you get Ricketts to go out on that pop-up, which they did. And that brings up Marie Mena, who has popped up in foul ground for an out, walked and scored. Another left-handed batter for the Sooners. 10-0 game. Here's the pitch and a ball outside. Make it a strike, a late call by the umpire. Just painted the outside corner, and the count is 0-1. So the Sooner fans that are here are happy. Here's a swing and a miss. A ball up and away, and that's strike two. Mena has been a big contributor for the Sooner program. Junior out of Escondido, California, a 3-year starter. 0-2 count, the pitch. Swing, a ball hit deep to left center, and that's trouble. That's going to get over everybody's head. That'll score another run, and will be a double for Mena, an opposite field double. Plates another run, and it's 11-0. And the route is on here at Cowgirl Stadium. And this is very reminiscent of the game 5 years ago in which Oklahoma won 16-0. Still only one out. Patty Gasso is going to come out and talk to Marie Mena. She took a pretty good slide into second base, and they're going to make sure she's okay, and she is. And Christina Gutozzi, the junior out of Jenks, the transfer from Neosho County, getting roughed up a little bit here, and the Cowgirl infielders and catcher come over to give her some moral support. Susan Ogden's the batter. She's popped out in foul ground in right, and has an RBI single and a run scored. It's 11-0 Sooners, and we're in the third inning. Time is called as the batter steps out. These teams will replay this game down at Norman 3 weeks from tonight. Same start time, 7 o'clock. Here's the pitch, and a floater runs off the outside corner, ball one. A right-handed batter in Ogden, sophomore catcher out of Sherman, Texas. They've not listed TV for that game yet, by the way, which normally is shown on Fox Sports. Here's the pitch. Swinging, a ball popped up foul. That may get back to the press box. Nope, in the seats in front of the press box to our right. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's the Bedlam Series, sponsored by BOK and your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Right now, the Sooners up 11-0. Runner at second, 1 out, 1-1 pitch. Swinging, a ball hit to right center, and that's trouble. If it stays up, it may leave the yard. It does, a home run. A 2-run shot for Ogden to right center. It gives her first home run of the year, and it is now a 13-0 game. Mena scores. Ogden scores. 2 more runs batted in, and that's going to be all for Christina Gustozzi, as here is Randy Cook making just her second appearance of the season coming into the game. She's been bothered by illness, and she will come in to pitch for the Oklahoma State Cowgirls. We'll tell you about her when play resumes in just a moment. What the score? Oklahoma 13, the Cowgirls nothing. Let's take time out.
Chevrolet, America's #1 selling brand, just got better. For a limited time, Wilson Chevrolet has got a new 2006 Chevy half-ton Z71 extended cab starting at $26,999. That's right, $26,999. And Chevy Equinox starting at $19,999. Don't forget to check out the 2000 Chevy Tahoe, the best-selling SUV in America that gets up to 22 miles per gallon. Chevy will be there. See dealer for details.
Wilson Chevrolet Jeep Stillwater.
This is Sergeant Wallace Bolden of your state police. Lower speed limits in work zones may up your sense of aggravation, but those limits are posted because work zones are more hazardous than everyday roads. We're trying to keep road workers safe, but we're looking out for you too. Because 4 out of 5 people killed in work zones are drivers and passengers. In coming weeks, expect stepped-up enforcement in work zones. Obey the posted speed limit, slow down, or pay up.
Sponsored by the partners of National Work Zone Awareness Week and your State Department of Transportation.
Randy Cook has come into the game, the junior out of Eagle, Idaho. She has only appeared in 1 game this year because of illness, and again, just 2.2 innings pitched, 2 walks, a strikeout, and she's only faced 9 batters. Savannah Long will be the 10th batter she's faced this year, and the first pitch is high, ball one. It's a right-hander versus a right-hander. Long has an RBI single and has reached on an error. The Cowgirls have made 3 errors. They've given up 11 hits, 13 runs, and 4 extra base hits. Here's a pitch in there for a strike, and they count 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 doubles in this inning, plus a home run, a double back in the second. And it's all Oklahoma tonight, 13-0. A pitch by Cook, inside almost hit her at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tell you a little bit about Randy Cook here when we get a chance in just a moment. As the Cowgirls try to get out of this 3rd inning. Bases are empty. Here's the pitch and a swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Junior made 20 appearances last year in the circle, 10 starts, 7-4 record last year. The pitch swung on off the handle, hit down the line and left. That'll bloop in for another hit. And for the second time in 3 innings, Oklahoma has batted around as Long is on for the 3rd time, and here is Jessica Lazandra. She has a 2 RBI single and has flied to center. She has fought, Cook has, some injuries in her career here at Oklahoma State. Career-wise, a record of 8-8 coming into play today. First pitch swung on, hit to right in the air, and the ball is caught off the bat of Lazandra by the right fielder. And Ashlyn Watson catches the second out of the inning. And here is Dickinson, who led off this inning with a double. So the Cowgirls have used their 3 pitchers. They can re-enter the game if necessary. In fact, Jessica Hoppick is in the bullpen right now. She started the game and could come back in. First pitch inside, and did that hit her? No, but the catcher smothers it, ball 1. Dickinson has reached on an error and double in her 2 previous at-bats. Randy Cook trying to get the final out of this 3rd inning. Here's the pitch, and it's way high. 4 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, 6 runs in here in this 3rd inning. Cowgirls have stranded 2, and there are only 2 base runners of the game. OU stranded 4. And between the walks, the hit batsmen, and the errors, they've been given almost 20 batters on base in this game. Here's the pitch, and a little number to the 3rd baseman, and knock it down. They'll throw to first, have time, and the inning is over. A bang-bang play by Doherty as she took a ball off of her upper chest around her left collarbone. She's all right, shaking it off as she goes back to the dugout, and the inning is over. 5-3 as Dickinson is retired. 6 runs in the inning on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There were no errors. There was a fielder's choice, and there was 1 man left on base. To the bottom of the 3rd. Cowgirls have got to work to get out of this one, 13-0. Let's take time out.
Hey, North Central Oklahoma, you don't want to miss Neil Conkey Bobblehead Doll Day, coming soon to Tiger Drug in Stillwater. Warning, some bobbleheads may look like Pudge Rodriguez. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. As a way to honor the memory of the late, great Johnny Cash, Tiger Drug was planning to have a Ring of Fire sale on Preparation H. But for now, those plans have been scratched. We'll keep you posted at Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
Spring is just around the corner, and it's time to prepare flower beds and gardens with Humor Soil Conditioner. Nothing grows plants quite like Humor, and right now at TLC, it's a great buy at $6.99 a bag. Even better, buy 5 and get 1 free. Now's the time to get the garden rocking. TLC has the roots, bulbs, seeds, plants, and supplies to get things off to a great start. Spring is also time to refresh those tired houseplants. TLC has the largest selection of natural clean air machines in the area. TLC Nursery and Greenhouses in Oklahoma City and Midwest City, when you really want it to grow.
They came from every corner of the country.
Here's Lacey Doherty. The Cowgirls have just now made it to the bottom of the order here. Doherty playing 3rd base, took that shot off of her shoulder a moment ago, but is going to bat here. And first pitch by the left-hander DJ Mathis is missing low for a ball. It's 1-0. 13-12-0 for the Sooners. 0-2-3 for the Cowgirls, looking for their first run off Mathis, who's pitched the shutout through the first 2, leading 13-0. Time is called as the batter steps out. This is the Bedlam Series, Oklahoma's Ford dealers and Bank of Oklahoma, proud sponsors of the 2006 Bedlam Series. A swing and a hot shot foul outside third. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Sooners 1-5 in conference, but looking like they're going to win this game. 24-13-1. Cowgirls at 500, 2-2 in the conference, 16-16 overall. And again, the start of a big 5-game homestand facing Nebraska, who's very good and swept the Sooners themselves this last weekend. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that ball is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big 12 standings here in just a moment when we get a chance. Texas and Texas A&M are the 2 top teams at the moment. Here's the 2-1, a swing and a miss on a ball in the inside corner, 2-2. Texas 5-0, number 1 in the country. Cowgirls will go down to Austin this year, 38-3 overall. A&M 4-1, 25-10. Baylor's next at 4-2, 22-14. Everybody else 500 or less. Here's the pitch, and it is just off the inside corner, 3 balls and 2 strikes. To Doherty with Chanel Scott up next. Doherty wearing number 20 tonight, by the way. Another of the Cowgirl pitchers, Chelsea Barkley, ill tonight and unable to play. So Doherty wears number 20. Here's the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, a strikeout on a ball off the inside corner. That is strikeout number 3 for the Sooner left-hander, Mathis, and we're back to the top of the order for Scott, who struck out her first time up. Oklahoma State is in a group with Missouri and Nebraska, 2-2. Texas Tech 2-4. Kansas 1-3, along with Iowa State. And Oklahoma right now at the bottom of the conference at 1-5. But again, unless things change, that will change tonight. First pitch is up and in, ball 1 to Scott. A lead of 13-0. If you just joined us, Oklahoma has jumped all over Cowgirl pitching tonight for 13 runs, 9 of those earned. Here's the pitch, and a floater runs low and away. Credit to this crowd, most of the folks have stayed. And a standing room only sold-out crowd here at Cowgirl Stadium. Wind blowing out toward left. Scott, a left-handed batter. The pitch slapped foul over by third base and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Scott is some player. She is, of course, an all-state player at Enid. She played for the Lady Racers. 3-year starter here at Oklahoma State. She's played in every game and has started every game in her career at Oklahoma State. Cowgirls playing in their 33rd game today. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch on the way by Mathis. Fastball is low. Scott ran through the batter's box but did not swing. 3 balls, 1 strike. Glad to have you wherever you are tonight on OKState.com and on 105.5 KGFY Stillwater. 3-1 pitch coming. Swing and a line foul. Look out over there on the pavilion. That caught the fence in front of a group of fans above the third base dugout. And the count's 3-2. Sooners have some activity in their bullpen, but it's mainly some of the backup players that may come into the game to hit in the next couple of innings, as they'll get chances to bat here with a 13-0 lead. Here's the 3-2. A swing and a ball hit on the fence behind home plate. Foul out of play of the net. As Scott trying to go to left field, fouls it off, and it stays 3-2. Cowgirls home against Nebraska, 2 o'clock Saturday, 1 o'clock Sunday. Those games on AM 780, 15 minutes before the first pitch. And then next to Wednesday night, a doubleheader here with Texas A&M. Here's the 3-2. A swing and a line drive down the line is caught fair in left field by the left fielder, Corral Dixon, for the out. Scott hit that one in a pretty good spot, but Dixon went over to her right down the line and grabbed it, playing in 2 outs. And here is Ashley Tweed, robbed of a hit in right her first time up on a great play by the right fielder, Amber Spaulding. Left-handed batter. First pitch to her. And that misses low, ball 1. Tweed from Mustang, Oklahoma, a left-handed batting, right-handed throwing second baseman. Here's the pitch. Swing, a ground ball foul outside third, and that's strike 1. Cowgirls down 13-0 here in this bottom of the third inning. Again, the run rule in the world of softball is 8 runs after 5, very similar to what it is in high school baseball in most cases. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 2. One thing about Mathis, and we mentioned this when we talked about her a couple of innings ago, uses the entire strike zone and then some to try to get you out. And that's a trademark of these Oklahoma pitchers. Here's the 1-2 count, the pitch. And a swing and a miss and a strikeout. They drop the ball and throw to first for the out. 2-3, and the inning is over. 2 Ks in the inning, and that is now 4 in the game by DJ Mathis. The Cowgirls up and down in order in inning number 3, and after 3, a 13 spot for Oklahoma, leading 13-0 against the Oklahoma State Cowgirls here at Cowgirl Stadium. And the Bedlam Series is brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers and Bank of Oklahoma. Let's take time out.
Carla Knight is on a crusade to stamp out bad breath, and as a pharmacist at Tiger Drug, she has recruited many to join her in her cause. If you would like to talk to her about it, stop in and bring a Tic Tac to Tiger Drug 9-1. Tiger Drug is like a trip to the Midway. Let Craig Stone guess your weight. Carla Knight wrestle a real alligator handbag. Or marvel at Neil Conkey, the world's tallest midget. Ring the bell and win a prize at 9th and Walnut.
Chevrolet, dependable, long-lasting, economical. Wilson Chevrolet is offering 9 different models that get you up to 30 miles per gallon. Consumer Digest voted 4 Chevrolet models as 2006 Best Buys in their respective class. Come see why more of your friends and neighbors are doing business the Wilson way. Chevy will be there.
Wilson Chevrolet Jeep Stillwater.
It is the top of the 4th inning, and the Sooners will lead it off here in this inning with the top of their order. And they may see some pinch hitters here over the next couple of innings. For Norrell Dixon, their All-Big 12 starter at left field, again, former infielder, played her first 2 years at third base, has moved over to left field this season. Has been on base twice tonight, single, stole a base and scored a run, reached on a fielder's choice and scored, and has grounded out. And up there for the first time against Randy Cook, who's in relief of Christina Gustosi, who's in relief of Jessica Hoppick. Cowgirls going through their pitchers tonight. Again, Chelsea Barkley ill and not able to pitch tonight. The young lady from San Jose, California. So Cook is out there, just her second appearance of the year, in the first pitch outside, ball 1 to Dixon, who came into the night hitting .476, second on the team. And has been on base twice and scored twice. Next pitch, that one floats in over the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. TLC Nursery and Greenhouses, Oklahoma City and Midwest City sponsor our Cowgirl Post-Game Player of the Game Award. Here's the 1-1, and a floater missing away. 2 balls, 1 strike. 4 runs, 4 hits in the first inning. 3 runs, 3 hits in the second. 6 runs, 5 hits in the third, including 3 doubles and a home run. Here's the pitch. That's up and in. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hoppick went an inning and 3 batters. 7 runs, 6 hits. Could come back into the game if necessary. Time is called now as the batter steps out on 3-1. So the Cowgirls have been through their pitchers tonight, trailing 13-0 here in the top of the 4th. Cook looks in, has the sign, rocks and fires. Fastball, good pitch, a strike on the outside corner. It takes the count to 3-2. Pitching has been a problem. Here's a ball in the dirt and back to the screen. That's ball 4. Dixon takes the turn. Toddy recovers the ball and throws it back to Cook. And it's a leadoff walk for Oklahoma. They've had the leadoff hitter on in each of the first 4 innings. Here's Amber Spalding, hit by a pitch and scored, singled and scored, and flied to center. Involved in a bit of a controversy in her last at-bat is whether or not she got out of the way in time of a pitch on the inside part of the plate. First pitch here by Cook, bounces up there, and that goes back to the screen. That'll be a wild pitch, and down to second goes Dixon. And for Cook, that's her first wild pitch of the year. That one inside, bounced away from the catcher. And Toddy's going to come out and talk to her pitcher now, make sure she understands the signs of the runner down at second and nobody out. And the Sooners are off and running again here in the 4th inning. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 base runners in the first. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the last inning. Here's the pitch. And a floater is in there. Nope, over but high, says the umpire, just above the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Home plate umpire is Bart Hadley. Pat Lyon down at first. Bill Masters down at third. And again, most of this crowd is stuck around. Here's the pitch, and there's one in there for a strike, a fastball, 2-1 by Randy Cook. Again, Jessica Hoppick throws in the Cowgirl bullpen, and again, with the re-entry rules in softball, she could come back into the game. A 2-1 count now to the batter. The pitch to Spaulding. Taking, it's a floater, and that just missed. She didn't go around, obviously held up the swing, had to wait to see if the ball was in the zone. It was over but low, and the count goes to 3-1, and Kristen Vesely, who is up next. She had a 3-run double her last time up. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher, high ball 4. And Hoppick is ready to go if they want to bring her back in the game. We're going to have a pinch hitter, though, for Vesely. Oklahoma is going to bring in a new player. This is Jeannie Douglas, a freshman out of Chandler, Oklahoma. Former Chandler Lady Lion. And she comes into the game to hit for Vesely. So a chance to play in front of a few home folks here, I'm sure. Some folks up from Chandler. And we'll give you some information about her. She's a left-handed batter. She comes to the dish. Four-year letter winner. Lincoln County MVP as a senior. Team captain her junior and senior year. All-stater. Recruited by North Texas and by Ole Miss. Majoring in health and exercise science at Oklahoma. First and second, nobody out. This has become a too familiar situation here. Douglas pinch hits for Vesely here in the fourth. First pitch by Cook, missing outside, ball 1. Douglas's average is .333. She has an RBI, 1 for 3 on the season. It's only the 6th time she's appeared in a game. The pitch swung on and bounced to second. Might get it out at first. They do, and the runners will move up. And basically a swinging bunt on the hard hit shot to the right side. Tweed makes the play 4-3. Douglas is retired. And here's Samantha Ricketts. And I think we're going to get a pinch hitter here, too. And it is the case. Here is Jade Prather. Junior out of Oklahoma City. And we have seen her before. Junior out of Putnam City North. And a left-handed batter. First pitch in the dirt and blocked by the catcher, ball 1. Runners at second and third now, so the infield has to cheat in. And ball 1 the count to Prather. On the season, she has scored 15 runs as a runner, has not had a hit. Here's a pitch that is low, 2-0. No official at bat. She's appeared in 32 games now. And again, 15 runs scored as a courtesy runner, or pinch runner, as they call it in softball. Next pitch by Cook, swinging a ball slapped foul over by the third base dugout. 2 balls and 1 strike. And OU has another player on deck. That's Mena. She is the regular first baseman, and she will bat in this inning. First base is open, the infield in, the outfield in. 2-1 count to Prather. Second and third one out the pitch. In the dirt, and again blocked by Toddy. Way outside, ball 3. Hoppick is ready if they want to bring her back in the game. Three-one count with first base open. To Prather, the pinch hitter. The pitch. Swing, a ball hit past the drawn in infield to left. A base hit. 1 run will score. The runners stop at first and second. Now Prather halfway down to second, challenging the Cowgirls. They just walk the ball back in. She gets back to first. It's a pinch hit RBI single, and it's 14-0 Oklahoma. And here is Mena, who can make it an even bigger inning. So they've scored now in every inning. She's walked and scored, popped out, doubled and scored. Left-handed batter, the junior out of Escondido, California. Here's the first pitch by Cook. Fastball is outside, ball 1. and she is a left-handed batter. So Prather, who runs well down at first, has 4 out of 7 stolen bases. At third is Spalding. Ball 1 pitch. And that is in there for a strike, and the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Randy Cook, the junior out of Eagle, Idaho, making just her second appearance on the year. 1-1 count, 1 out, first and third, the pitch. That's in the dirt and blocked by the catcher. Trying to get a good job of keeping that ball in front of her up the third base line. Had to gather it back in. 2 balls, 1 strike. 14 runs, 13 hits for Oklahoma, 0-2 and 3 for Oklahoma State. First and third with 1 out. Cook has the sign, rocks and fires. Swing and a ball foul back to the screen. One after a fastball high and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Oklahoma, of course, the national champions back in 2000. 5 out of the last 6 years, they've made it to the College World Series, which is at Oklahoma City. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing, a ball hitting the gap in left center, and that is trapped by the left fielder. 1 run will score. The other runners move up as Kitchens got a good break on the ball, but it just died to her left, diving for it. She was able to trap it. The ball didn't skip past her. An RBI single for Maynard. And that scores Spalding to make it a 15-0 game. Here's Margaret Revenar out of the dugout, and Jessica Hoppick's going to come back in, and Randy Cook's night is done. And here is Hoppick, who started the game and faced 10, 11, 12, 13 batters before being replaced back in the second inning. With the substitution rules, able to come back into the game. So we'll take a timeout, and we'll come back and talk more Cowgirl softball in a moment with the score. Oklahoma 15, the Sooners leading 15-0. Let's take timeout.
It's spring, and now is the time to make your home the envy of your neighbors with a little TLC. At TLC, you not only get great plants and the best in gardening supplies, you also get the friendly advice necessary to be successful. With TLC, you always get more for your money. You get gardening success. TLC specials include forest faces, several styles to choose from. 2-year-old clematis plants, $9.95. Crossfire 2 fescue, 5-pound bag covers 1,000 square feet, only $7.99. That's TLC Nursery and Greenhouses in Oklahoma City and Midwest City.
Chevrolet, dependable, long-lasting, economical. Wilson Chevrolet is offering 9 different models that get you up to 30 miles per gallon. Consumer Digest voted 4 Chevrolet models as 2006 best buys in their respective class. Come see why more of your friends and neighbors are doing business the Wilson way. Chevy will be there.
Wilson Chevrolet Jeep Stillwater.
J.C.A. Ailman, junior out of Oklahoma City Mustang High School, is going to pinch hit here for Susan Ogden. And facing Jessica Hoppick, and a fastball is right down the middle, strike 1 by the right-hander from Hayesville, Kansas, who re-entered the game after facing 13 batters and giving up 7 runs in the first 1 inning plus. And again, with the substitution rules in softball, she can come back into the game. So her second appearance in the circle. First and second, 1 out, 15-0 Sooners. There's a strike on the inside corner, and Hoppick looked sharp on the first 2 pitches, and it's 0-2. Ellen out of Mustang, Oklahoma, as I mentioned. We've seen her playing before. Ellman with a mark of 170 this year, 8 hits, and a swing and a miss and a strikeout. And Allman taking the walk back to the dugout after the strikeout, and here is Savannah Long. She has doubled. I think we're going to see a pinch hitter for her, too. And again, these starters can come back into the game on the substitution rule. Nicole Dennis, one of their pitchers out of Coppell, Texas, a suburb of Dallas-Fort Worth, senior, comes into the game. She is 8 out of 30 this year, hitting .267 with 2 homers and 7 RBIs. So she is not a quote-unquote guaranteed out. Right-handed batter with some punch. Here's the first pitch. Ball is inside off the plate, ball 1. 2 outs here now for Oklahoma. Ground out, a walk. Make that a walk, a wild pitch, a walk, a ground out, an RBI double, or single, another single, and a strikeout. So they've played at 2 in this inning and have 15 for the game, and now time is called. This pitcher and catcher will talk it over. They have 14 hits. They've been given 3 errors. Been a hit batsman. There's been 1 walk. Been a fielder's choice. So they've had several base runners. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A ball down and away, and she chased it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dennis, another of these veterans, a senior for Oklahoma. Pitching-wise, 6-3 with a 4.20 ERA, but hitting here for second baseman Samantha Long. The pitch swung on and popped up. This one behind second. Shortstop out in left field now with the grab. Sanchez on the pop-up retires the final out here in the 4th inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, a wild pitch, and 2 left. The Sooners have left 7. And to the bottom of the 4th, it's all Oklahoma. They lead 15-0 over the Cowgirls. The Bedlam Series continues in a moment, brought to you by your Oklahoma Ford dealers and Bank of Oklahoma.
It has long been said that an apple a day will keep the doctor away. But in order to avoid the pharmacist at Tiger Drug, you will need an apple and a large bag of corn nuts. Please don't ask me why. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. Over these many years, people often ask, why is it called Tiger Drug? Just where did the name Tiger Drug come from? Well, everyone was in agreement that monkey drug just sounded stupid. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
It's spring, and now is the time to make your home the envy of your neighbors with a little TLC. At TLC, you not only get great plants and the best in gardening supplies, you also get the friendly advice necessary to be successful. With TLC, you always get more for your money. You get gardening success. TLC specials include forest faces, several styles to choose from. 2-year-old clematis plants, $9.95. Crossfire 2 fescue, 5-pound bag covers 1,000 square feet, only $7.99. That's TLC Nursery and Greenhouses in Oklahoma City and Midwest City.
Changes on the infield as Long moves from second to short. Lizandra goes to third from short, and we'll have a re-entry by the other people who were hit for in the game. Besley goes back in at center field. Ricketts will return as the designated player, I would imagine. Ogden behind the dish. And we're ready to go as the Cowgirls bat here. Courtney Toddy hitting for just the 2nd time in the game. Struck out looking her first time up against DJ Mathis, the starter for Oklahoma. 15-0, bottom of the 4th. First pitch is inside, ball 1. Toddy came into the night hitting 300 even, a homer and 21 RBI. She has 13 extra base hits on the season. Left-handed batting catcher out of Lawton Eisenhower. Next pitch, a swing and a miss. Ran that one out and away from her. Left-handed pitcher, left-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike. Our next action here on 105.5 on the radio will be next Wednesday night, the doubleheader against A&M. The Saturday-Sunday Texas games are on 7:80 a.m. and on OKState.com. Here's a pitch grounded foul outside first. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Seems like we just get started and the season ends with regular season softball. Had the 2 games the other night with Tulsa and Arkansas. Iowa State here 2 weekends ago. Cowgirls went to Kansas and split over the weekend. Have this game tonight. The start of a 5-game homestand. Then they'll go on the road for 4 straight. Here's the pitch to Toddy, and it's outside, 2-2. 14th and 15th, Friday, Saturday of Easter weekend, they'll play at Missouri. And then on the 18th, they'll go to Texas Tech for a daytime doubleheader, 3 o'clock. Then they're back home against Baylor the next weekend for the final home games of the season. Here's the pitch, a swing and a foul back to the screen. The 23rd against Baylor, the 1 o'clock game will be Senior Day. Then the rematch with Oklahoma 3 weeks from tonight down in Norman. Then they go to Texas the last weekend of the month. Wait for the northern teams to finish out the schedule the next week. And then it's the Big 12 tournament in Oklahoma City, the 10th through the 14th. And ticket information is online on there. There's a swing and a foul in the box, and it's off of the batter. Foul ball, 2-2. 236-5000, 405. And go to the Oklahoma All Sports Association website. You can find out more information about postseason action in the Big 12 tournament. That is not all that far away, just about 5 weeks. Here's the 2-2 on the way, and a swing and a ball hit deep to left. That's going to hold up, though, and carry and bounce off of the wall over the left fielder's head, who misplayed it, and Toddy has a double. I thought for a moment Dixon had that ball in her sights, but she got turned around out there as the wind pulled it away from her back toward the wall, It missed by about 6 feet, being a home run. Bounced off that new black wall out there off the warning track, one hopper. And Toddy has the first extra base hit of the game for Oklahoma State, just the third hit for the Cowgirls tonight. Here is Kim Kay, a ground-out victim her first time up. And she has a chance to put the Cowgirls on the board. First pitch. And that misses high and away, ball one. She's a left-handed batter, one of the newer players this year. University City High School, San Diego, California. Played at Palomar Junior College last year. And is a sophomore. Lefty with power. Here's the pitch and a swing, and a ball dropped at the plate. The runner does not advance. Strike one. Kay leads the club in home runs with 7, RBIs with 33. Third on the club in average at 318. Here's the pitch and a ball outside. Just off the corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. Last year at Palomar, or last year playing, 415, 14 homers, 50 RBIs, had 10 doubles and 2 triples, and was named first team All-Pacific Coast Conference in junior college. And she's had a hot bat lately. Here's the pitch, a swing and a miss. That's a strike, and the count is 2-2. Kay had a streak going there where she had games back-to-back with home runs. Next pitch. He has a swinging strike. They drop the ball, throw her out at first base. The runner stays at second as Kay strikes out 2-3. That brings up left fielder Lauren Kitchens. Junior out of Mustang, went to a school there from Yukon, Oklahoma, nearby. And she singled her first time up. Cowgirls started the season 3-10, their worst 13-game start in school history, but righted the ship since then until tonight. Down 15-0 if you just joined us here in the fourth. First pitch is grounded up the middle. That sneaks through, a base hit. Might try to score the runner. Nope, they'll get it back in very quickly. With Vesely playing center field, she has a good arm. And they hold the runners at first and third with 2 outs, and probably a smart move there. Make out with 1 out, probably a smart move there by Margaret Rebenar to not potentially lose that runner with Cheyenne Cruz coming up. She had a single her first time up. Cowgirls had back-to-back singles in the second with 1 out and didn't score. Patty Gasso will now come out and talk to her pitcher. They have activity in the bullpen as the infield and battery gather around the head coach of the Sooners. In fact, they have a couple of pitchers throwing down there. One of them is Morgan Hudson-Piller, who's out of Bartlesville, the freshman. See who the other one is here in just a moment. 15-0 game here as the conversation continues, and now Bart Hadley's going to walk out there and say, break it up. One of the pitchers is throwing off the dirt. The other's throwing off the grass. I have a suspicion that the one throwing off the dirt could be the one coming into the game if they make a substitution. And that is the young lady out of Bartlesville, Morgan Hudson-Piller, a freshman. Cruz is up, a single. The conversation is over. Single on her first at bat. Here's the first pitch, and it hit her on the show. No, let's see, that ball inside, they say now. Ball 1. I thought it hit her. It did not. Margaret Rebenar goes through the signs down at third. First and third with 1 out. Let's see if they put a play on here. So they trail 15-0. Here's the pitch. Runner not going. It's inside. Ball 2. Cheyenne Cruz, another in-state product on this Cowgirl team from Claremore, junior. She has seen action in her first 2 seasons with Oklahoma State. Third here now. Right-handed batter with some pop in the bat. 8 RBIs on the year. The pitch, that's inside. That almost clipped her 2. Ball 3. And Mathis threatens to load the bases here in the 4th inning. Give the Cowgirls something to cheer about here. Down 15-0 with Ashlyn Watson batting next. Cruz probably taking. Tied at the corners, even up the middle on the infield. Here's the pitch. She's swinging and hits the ball deep to right field. The wind will hold this up, and it's caught by the right fielder for the out. A sac fly and an RBI as coming in to score is Courtney Toddy. And that will take the goose egg off the board. A sacrifice fly and an RBI for Cruz. And that is her 9th run batted in on the year. Toddy scores here a 22nd run of the year, which is second best on the club, and that makes the score now 15-1. So no shutout tonight by Oklahoma. And here's Watson, who grounded out her first time up. Runner at second now with 2 outs. And Watson, a 4-3 ground-out victim, will try to add to the total. Here's the first pitch, and a fastball is low, ball 1. The Cowgirls, with a couple of hits and a sacrifice fly in this inning, have plated a run. 15-1 is the score. Sooners have scored at least 2 runs in every inning. Here's the pitch, inside. Oklahoma, after this game, goes to A&M, goes to Baylor. This is the continuation of a long road trip for them. And then they're back home Easter weekend, Friday, Saturday, the 14th and 15th, against the number 1 Texas Longhorns. Here's the pitch, swinging a ball hit down the line and right. Look out over there in the bullpen for Oklahoma, and it's a foul ball. Texas, number 1 at 38-3, undefeated 5-0 in conference play. Cowgirls will see them on the road the last weekend of April. And that's Kat Osterman and company. She finally graduates this year. Here's a swing and a miss on a ball inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She would have graduated last year, but you remember she set out 2 years ago, to play on the Olympic team. And then what does the U.S. Olympic Committee recommend? And then the IOC do? They drop softball. Here's a swing and a miss and a strikeout, and the inning is over. But the Cowgirls get a run on 2 hits, a sac fly by Cruz, and they leave 1, and they've left 3. Through 4, Oklahoma 15, the Oklahoma State Cowgirls 1. You're listening to Bedlam Softball, brought to you by the Bedlam Series sponsors, the Bank of Oklahoma and your Oklahoma Ford dealers. Let's take time out.
Chevrolet, America's number 1 selling brand, just got better. For a limited time, Wilson Chevrolet has got a new 2006 Chevy half-ton Z71 extended cab, starting at $26,999. That's right, $26,999. And Chevy Equinox, starting at $19,999. Don't forget to check out the 2000 Chevy Tahoe, the best-selling SUV in America that gets up to 22 miles per gallon. Chevy will be there. See dealer for details.
Wilson Chevrolet Jeep Stillwater.
This is Sergeant Wallace Bolden of your state police. Lower speed limits in work zones may up your sense of aggravation, but those limits are posted because work zones are more hazardous than everyday roads. We're trying to keep road workers safe, but we're looking out for you too. Because 4 out of 5 people killed in work zones are drivers and passengers. In coming weeks, expect stepped-up enforcement in work zones. Obey the posted speed limit, slow down, or pay up.
Sponsored by the partners of National Work Zone Awareness Week and your State Department of Transportation.
Jessica Lozandra, who's one of the freshman phenoms here for this Oklahoma Sooner team, will bat to lead off here in the 5th inning. She's flied out twice, singled, and has 2 RBIs. Everybody in this lineup has been on base at least once, except for one of the pinch hitters, 2 of the pinch hitters. Everybody that started has been on base at least once. Jessica Hoppig rocks and fires. Fastball strike on the inside corner to the right-handed batter. Lozandra is out of Port Jefferson, New York. She's a freshman, as I mentioned, one of 6 on this roster. Here's the pitch, and a fastball is a strike on the outside corner. 0-2. Hoppig started the game, faced 13 batters, gave up 7 runs, left the game. Christina Gattosi went about an inning and 2/3, left the game. Randy Cook went an inning and 2/3 and went out for Hoppig, who came back in. Pitch is outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the 5th. It's 8 runs after 5. That's the run rule. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul back to the screen. Stays 1-2. And the Cowgirls home this weekend with Nebraska. Special promotions around the game. Tickets are available. Both games, 877-all-4-OSU. For ticket information about Cowgirl softball or any of the Cowboy-Cowgirl sports. 1 ball, 2 strikes a pitch. A swing and a foul back by Lozandra, who has come into this game hitting just 139, but she's played in all but 4 of their games in some capacity. 1-2 count, and Hoppig's next delivery is up high, 2-2. It'll be Lizandra and then Dickinson, unless they pinch hit for her, and then Dixon at the top of the order for Oklahoma. Here's the 2-2 by Hoppick, swinging a pop-up over our head and back down, and look out down in the crowd. That one hit above us and right back down into the general admission seats. That's the closest foul ball we've had to our lap this year. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'll have to write that down. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen, and Lizandra's up there hacking. Spells her name Legendre, but it's pronounced Lizandra. Started the game at shortstop, playing third base now for the Oklahoma Sooners of Coach Patty Gasso. 2-2 count, next pitch. And a floater is hit to third. Dougherty pulls it down and throws the runner out at first. She had to leap up to grab that one, a high hopper. And a good play by the Cowgirl third baseman, 1 out. Pinch hitter is at the dish now. Here is Jamie Fox, a utility player, junior out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Played at Arcadiana High School. And listed as a utility player. She's a junior for Oklahoma. They've played just about everybody tonight on their roster. I think they've only got like 3 players left. Maybe 2 that they haven't played. Those are pitchers. Hitting in Dickinson's spot, who was on base with a double, scored a run, grounded out, and reached on an error. First pitch here is ball 1. Well, here is a sort of a surprise. Texas, who had been undefeated in the conference, has lost tonight. Texas A&M beat them 4-2, so that tightens up things a little bit at the top of the Big 12. Here's a floater that misses inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Pinch hitter up there, Fox for the Sooners, hitting for the 9-hole batter. Next pitch in there for a strike by Hoppick. And the count is 2-1. You have 2 of the top leadoff hitters, Darrell Dixon, who bats next, and Chanel Scott for the Cowgirls in this game tonight. Here's the pitch, swinging a ball hit down the line and left and well foul. That'll wind up over in the Cowgirl batting cage area. And 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. So A&M, with the win tonight, goes to 5-1. Texas 5-1. And they'll face each other again later. Here's the pitch, and it's low and away. A&M beats Texas tonight 4-2 in conference play. So again, both teams now 5-1 in the Big 12, and Texas is only their 4th loss on the season. They're 38-4. Here's the pitch, swung on, hit down the line and left, and that's trouble, and that will be a fair ball off the wall. Misplayed by Kitchens as the ball hit the base of the wall and bounced away from her. It'll be an easy double as she recovers the ball, and Fox is a pinch hit double for Oklahoma. And she came in here hitting .244. That's her 23rd hit and 5th double of the season. And here's Dixon. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored, walked and scored, singled and scored. Every time she's been on base tonight, she's come across the plate. She is the number 1 on-base person in the Big 12, hitting almost 500 now. First pitch by Hoppick is low and away, ball 1. We have a runner at second on a 1-out double here in the 5th. Oklahoma already leading 15-1 here at Cowgirl Stadium. Wind again blowing toward the left field corner. That may have pushed that ball away from Kitchens a moment ago, and then didn't play it well off that new wall out there. Here's the pitch. It's high, a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. The ball hit the base of the wall, and the old fence that was out there, the ball had a little lean to it. Didn't want to bounce right back at you. That's a hardwood wall out there now, and if it hits one of those supports and comes back that are inside the fence, it'll really shoot back toward the infield. Here's the next delivery, swinging a ball hit foul, and out of play to the left side. 2 balls and 1 strike. Dixon, again, infielder her first 2 years, playing left field this year, the junior out of Orange, California. El Modena High School. Pitch on the way. Slap foul again, this time into the screen behind home plate to the left side. And it's 2-2. Amber Spalding scheduled to hit next for Oklahoma. She is on deck. She's been on base 3 times tonight. The hit by Fox is a pinch hitter, and she's at second with one out, the 15th for Oklahoma. Pitch, strike three called on the outside corner as Hoppick paints the outside corner and gets a strikeout. And that's the second since she's come back in. And that is her third on the night. Remember, she started the game earlier. Here's Spalding, retired by Hoppick her first time up, singled and scored her second time up, hit by a pitch her third time up, walked and scored her fourth time up. Here's the first one, and it is in there for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Again, the run rule is 8 after 5, so the Cowgirls have to have a huge inning in the fifth to keep this game going. They're down by 14. Here's the pitch, and it's way high. 1 ball, 1 strike. So A&M beats Texas. There's some good news as it tightens up at the top of the conference. Cowgirls at 2-2 get by this one and then get back toward that top this weekend if they can beat Nebraska twice. There's a pitch high. That's 2 balls and 1 strike. And Nebraska kind of in the middle of the pack. 2. Here's the next one coming. Swing and a ball hit on the infield to the left side in the air, and it is caught by the third baseman for the out, and the inning is over. So Spalding pops up, and for the first time tonight, Oklahoma, who's now left 8 in the game, do not score a run. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, and the double by Fox is wasted, and 1 left on base. And they're throwing out T-shirts. That's what all the roaring is about here. At the end of 4.5, the Cowgirls trail the Sooners 15-1. You're listening to the Bedlam Series, brought to you by the Oklahoma Ford dealers and Bank OK. Bank.
Hey, North Central Oklahoma, you don't want to miss Neil Conkey Bobblehead Doll Day, coming soon to Tiger Drug in Stillwater. Warning, some bobbleheads may look like Pudge Rodriguez. Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut. As a way to honor the memory of the late, great Johnny Cash, Tiger Drug was planning to have a Ring of Fire sale on Preparation H. But for now, those plans have been scratched. We'll keep you posted at Tiger Drug, 9th and Walnut.
If you're an older Oklahoman or caring for one, you'll want to write down this number, 1-800-211-2116. It's the Senior Info Line. Call it when you have questions. Call it when you need information. Call it to learn about meals programs, daily living assistance, and much more. Call 1-800-211-2116, the Senior Info Line. Now that's good info. A public service message from the Oklahoma Department of Human Services.
And the new pitcher for Oklahoma into the game is Morgan Hudson-Pillar. And she's from Bartlesville. She is a freshman, a right-hander. 4-4 with a 2.95 ERA. This is her 20th appearance on the year. She started 10 games, has 4 complete games, and is combined on 1 shutout. 59 in the third inning, 63 hits, 27 runs, 25 of them earned, 25 walks, 43 strikeouts, 15 extra base hits, including 8 home runs, and teams are hitting .281 against her. Again, a freshman out of Bartlesville. So a former Lady Bruin. And she will get a chance to finish out this game. 4-year letter winner as a pitcher, 3-time all-conference member of the Frontier Conference. Very familiar to the folks here in Stillwater that follow softball with the Stillwater Pioneers. First pitch, well, that bounces up there about 70 miles an hour, looks like. Just a screamer that hit off the catcher, but it was way low, ball 1. We have a pinch hitter for Oklahoma State. Shallon Watson, the true freshman out of Elkins High School in Missouri City, Texas, down by Houston, is at the plate. And she is hitting .203, has 9 RBIs, a right-handed batter. And she will bat in the shortstop spot, vacated by Sanchez. Here's a pitch in there for a strike, and now 1-1. And we're going to see Candace Byler, Cowgirl soccer player who's also on this softball team, bat next. She'll bat for Doherty at the bottom of the order. 15-1 Oklahoma, 5th inning. The pitch, that one bounces up there and hits off the catcher. 2 balls, 1 strike, and pitcher and catcher will come out and talk it over. Cowgirls with the deficit tonight. Only 1 run. That was in the 4th. DJ Mathis doing very well and striking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tonight. No walks. And giving up the 1 run, it was earned for Oklahoma. 2-1 count. Conversation over. Here's Hudson Pillar's next pitch. Fastball strike on the inside corner, and the count is 2-2. Checking to see if Oklahoma's made any other substitutions on the infield. Doesn't look like it. Or in the outfield. 2-2 count. The next pitch on the way is high, and that's ball 3 to Watson. And this is Shalon Watson, the freshman out of Texas. Ashlyn Watson is a senior out of Leedy, Oklahoma, playing right field tonight for Oklahoma State. And they're not related. 3-2 count. Next pitch. Fastball in the dirt is ball 4. Hudson Pillar brings it up there quickly, but that ball was about a 40-footer. And ball 4, and the first walk given to the Cowgirls tonight. Watson will run the bases at first, and here's Candace Byler. And now out to talk is Melissa Lombardi to the Oklahoma pitcher. And Byler is at the plate. The redshirt freshman out of Laguna Niguel, California, Dana Point High School, left-handed batter, wears number 13. And she's also a member of the Cowgirl soccer team of Coach Karen Hancock. She's hitting .500, 3 out of 6 with a double, and 11 runs scored this year, partly as a pinch runner. Looking for her first RBI. Conversation's over in the circle. And Byler, a left-hander, stands in for the first time. And again, she'll hit in Doherty's spot with a chance if the Cowgirls can have a huge rally here and get back under 7 runs, get back in that game defensively. So Byler getting a chance to bat in Bedlam. Lefty hitter, righty pitcher. Let's see what happens here. Runner at first, nobody out. First pitch. And a fastball is right down the middle, strike 1. This is the second time tonight, but the second time in 2 innings, too, that the Cowgirls have had the leadoff hitter on. 13 runs in the first 3 innings. That'll beat anybody. Right now, they're still alive, though. 15-1 the score here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Next pitch on the way is a fastball, and that's a strike. Byler ran through that one but didn't swing. And it's 0-2. On deck is Chanel Scott as the Cowgirls get back to the top of the order here in the 5th inning. Wind still blowing out toward the corner and left. We've had 1 home run tonight. That was by Susan Ogden, the catcher for the Sooners. Here's the pitch. That one framed up there but just low. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cowgirls will have Nebraska, who handled Oklahoma fairly easily, this weekend. 1-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing a slap ball to the right left side. A base hit over the drawn-in third baseman. That ball bounced over Dickinson's head over at third base, and Byler has a pinch hit single. That's her 4th hit now in 7 trips. Cowgirls with runners on the bases, first and second. We may see a pinch runner here for Watson. As Scott is introduced, Margaret Revenar is out of the dugout to talk to the home plate umpire. That's exactly what's going to happen is Katie Phillips, a freshman out of Durant, will come in to run for Watson. Our first chance to see Phillips on the season. She is a right-handed batting freshman. Phillips has only played in 6 games this year. She has a hit in 3 trips and has scored 2 runs. And she'll be the lead runner down at second with nobody out. Well, Cowgirls trying to get back in this here a little bit. 15-1. Scott, first pitch, is in there for a strike. On the night, she's 0 for 2. Came into the game hitting .374. Has 11 RBIs. Would like to get some more here. Left-handed batter out of Enid. Morgan Hudson Pillar, the pitcher for Oklahoma. Strike 1 pitch. Swing and a ball off the catcher. That's a strike. Ball bounced off the catcher's glove up in the air and back to the screen, and a nice recovery by the Sooner catcher, Susan Ogden, to get that ball back to home plate quickly. The runners cannot advance, and the count is 0-2. Scott swung at one that was about head high that popped out over everybody behind the back to the screen, but no advance. Now on 0-2, the next pitch. Swinging a ball hit in the air is foul behind third base and out of play. Again, trying to poke the ball over the drawn-in infield and get on base. And Scott can absolutely fly if she gets a chance to get on base. She is a perfect 8 of 8 this year in stolen bases. Cowgirls do not have any steals tonight. They are 32 of 38 on the year. Sooners have allowed just 18 stolen bases defensively. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Scott slaps it back to the circle. The pitcher will go to third, high, but out as they get the force out. And Phillips is out at third base. Fielder's choice, and the play goes 1-5. Covering was Dickinson down at third base, and that's the first out of the inning. And here's Ashley Tweed. She has struck out and flied out, robbed of a hit in right field on a great defensive play in the first inning by Amber Spalding. Another left-handed batter here against the Bartlesville native pitcher. 2 on, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Waved at that one, and that is high. Now the umpire says that she didn't go around. That's ball 1. Now they're going to appeal, and no, says the third base umpire, Bill Masters. That was close, but she held up, and it's ball 1. Tweed out of Mustang, Oklahoma, one of 4 seniors on this Cowgirl team. First and second, the pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and that's a strike, 1-1. Again, 5th inning, 15-1. The Cowgirls have a walk and a hit in the fielder's choice in this inning, have 5 hits in the game. Trouble is, the Sooners have 3 times as many hits and runs. It's 15-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 the count to Tweed. Hudson Pillar looks in and has the sign, and rocks and fires, and a fastball is low and away. And it runs the count to 2 balls and 1 strike. Sooners have 15 runs, 15 hits. They've been given 21 base runners tonight. Scored in every inning but 1. Here's the pitch. Swing a ball slapped to the shortstop. They'll throw to third and out on a little play like a pitch in football by the shortstop to her right. And the force out at third base. Long over to Dickinson. And the play goes 6-5 on a fielder's choice force out. A play you don't see that often except when runners are at first and second. So that's the second out of the inning, and that'll retire the lead runner, Byler. Scott down at second, Tweed down at first, and here's Courtney Toddy, who doubled her last time up. Struck out looking her first time up. Hudson Pillar trying to finish it here for Mathis, who would pick up her 9th win of the year. This is not a save situation, obviously, with it 15-1. Here's the pitch. Ball off the catcher. The runners will go. Scott, the lead runner at third, is there with a head-first slide, and the ball rolls away from the third baseman, Dickinson. She goes and recovers it. And he'll likely rule out a wild pitch as that ball was in the dirt. And the runners move up to second and third. As ball 1 to Toddy. Now the Sooner infield and battery will gather inside the circle. First base is now open with 2 outs. Wouldn't think there'd be an intentional walk in this situation. To get a chance to pitch to Kim Kay, another left-hander. They're going to pitch to Toddy, no question about it here. You don't see the intentional walk that often in softball. Sooners have only done it twice this year. Cowgirls haven't been walked intentionally at all. Ball 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball, and that is a strike at the letters, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. Last play was ruled a wild pitch. And 1-1 the count here. Second and third with 2 outs. Going to eat into this lead a little bit here. This is your last chance with 2 outs. Here's the next one. That one bounces up there in front of the plate and blocked by the catcher. That was a tougher pitch to handle than the one that scored it away a moment ago, but Ogden, the sophomore catcher out of Texas, able to keep that ball in front of her and home plate, and the runners could not advance. You have Scott down at third. She can break on a moment's notice. She is lightning fast. 2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2, and the Cowgirls are down to their final strike. On deck is Kim Kay. Let's see her get up there one more time. Toddy has to do something here to keep the inning and the game going. Second and third, 2 outs, 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Fastball's high, and the count's 3-2. You're listening to KGFY Stillwater, Cowboy Country 105.5 FM, and on the internet at okstate.com for Cowgirls softball. Bedlam lead is 15-1 for the Sooners. 3-2 count. Runners will go with 2 outs. Toddy at the plate. Hudson Pillar trying to finish it. Here's the pitch. Swinging, a ball popped up on the infield. Foul ground in front of the first base dugout. It's caught, and the game is over. And the catch made by the first baseman, Marie Mena. And the Sooners win the Bedlam Series first round game. For Oklahoma State, no runs, 1 hit a walk, a fielder's choice, and 2 left. The Cowgirls leave 5 in the contest. And the final score, Oklahoma adding another point to the Bedlam Bell series. 15, Oklahoma State 1. We'll take a 2-minute timeout.
After school, I believed her when she told me the bruises were from playing sports.
I never saw her. She was always with them. She hadn't hung out with us in months.
But she kept making excuses for
Constantly calling her on her cell phone. He'd ask where she was, and even who she was with.
He always had his arm around her. I thought he was just being affectionate.
And he really didn't like it when I was around. He was even jealous of her girlfriend.
If you suspect that your friend is in a violent dating relationship, there are things you can do to help. Reach out, listen, and call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-SAFE. That's 1-800-799-7233. It is easy. It is completely anonymous. And it is your business.
I could have done something to help her, but I didn't know what to do. And now, she's gone.
Stillwater Domestic Violence Services